and welcome to this week's Mortgage Minute with Mitch. So this week, as far as interest rates, we saw kind of the small hill on the roller coaster. Now Monday we had a little bit of what we call a correction. So anytime you see a huge reprice like we saw last Thursday, huge improvement, bound to lose a little bit of that to a market correction. But we did get some good news this week. So one of the first things being the producer price index, which last week we reported on the consumer price index, one of the big measurements of inflation. Well, the producer one is basically inflation for the producers of the goods, and it came back, while positive, not as positive as expected. So still moving up, just not as the numbers weren't as bad as they were anticipated to be. So that is welcome news, hopefully a sign that inflation is slowing. Also, the cash freight, which is a measure of what it costs for producers to basically ship these goods to the consumer, that came back down 4.9% for the month of October. Really good news. Now, year over year, we're still up 11%, so it's costing more to ship these goods and get them to the consumer. But the fact that we had a month of decline hopefully is a sign of things to come as we turn the page into 2023. Now, with this positive news, some people are speculating that, in December, when the Fed makes their final rate hike of the year, it might only be 50 basis points, not 75, but I'm not getting too hopeful. The one thing we do know for sure is that rates will still go up, at least in the short term, and then maybe in 2023 we could see things slow down a little bit, but for now, Jerome Powell is headstrong that he's going to keep raising interest rates. Now, December 12th is going to be a big day because that's when the new inflation numbers come out, and we'll find out if last month's slowdown was a trend and things are starting to slow down, or if it was just kind of a one-off fluke. So a lot riding on that report. So this weekend we have the Cavaliers hosting the Hornets tonight, hopefully looking to get back on track. They won 8 straight and then lost 5 straight. As a young team, I'm not losing faith. They're just figuring things out. The Browns, though, they're up against the wall at this point. So tough test this weekend. As I'm sure you probably heard, snowmageddon is coming to Buffalo. So they had to move the game to Detroit to play on their field as opposed to coming here in Cleveland. I guess that made more sense. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully a better performance than last week. And the Buckeyes are going to be playing their final tune-up before the big game against the team up north. So they will be in Maryland this weekend. So a quick public service announcement. Weather's going to be cold this weekend. We're not going to be back above freezing until Monday. So make sure you get out there, shut off the water to your spigots or winterize, whatever you need to do to avoid any frozen pipes and bad issues when it comes to old man winter knocking on your door. So as always, appreciate you watching. Next week, have a very happy Thanksgiving. Whatever you do, eat a lot of turkey, enjoy it, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.